I have a Shakespearean Hamlet level tragic flaw when it comes to thrift shopping. I'm not an impulse shopper. As we were growing up, my mom taught my sister and I that when you go shopping, you go in with a list, you think things over, you don't just pick things off the shelf, put it in your cart, and roll it up to the register. And so now every time I go shopping, I have like a mental list of questions I have to go through before I buy anything. Honestly, most of the time that I spend in the thrift store is me just walking around with things, agonizing over whether I should buy them or not. The collection process, very quick, very easy. Deciding what to keep and what to get rid of, that takes hours. So what I'll do a lot of the time actually is when I'm at the thrift store, if there's something that I'm kind of on the fence about, I'm like, okay, if it isn't a definite yes, we're gonna play thrift store roulette. So I'll take a picture of it, I'll keep it on my phone, maybe I'll look at it or think about it over the next few days. And if I decide, you know what, I actually really do want that, I'll go back to the thrift store and sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not. It's a bit of a roll of the dice, but because of that, my collection of thrifted items has not grown quickly, but it has grown steadily. Thrifted items just sort of slowly taking over my house, like yeast gradually getting bread dough to rise, or maybe like a raccoon collecting candy bar wrappers underneath the back porch. Either way, it's been a slow and steady incline to get to where we are today. But because of that, everything that I have accumulated from the thrift store, I do really, really love. And I use them, or if it's decor, I like to look at them. And you know what? Maybe I don't have the most impressive thrift hauls per session, but I am really happy with my thrift store purchases and I don't really have any regrets. And so I just thought that I would share some of my favorite thrift finds from over the past few months. There's no real theme here. These are just things I've gone out and found. I really like them, and I thought I'd share them with you. So yeah, let's just dive in. I really can't wait to show you all of the thrifted items I've been collecting. All right, so we're gonna start with fabrics. I know you might look at this and think, what do you mean you hesitate to buy things? This has been years in the making, all right? Rome was not built in a day, and my fabric collection, I might argue, was a bigger architectural feat than the Colosseum. Actually, it's not organized that well. It's not that much architectural thinking did not go into it, but there was a lot of thought, a lot of consideration, and every roll of fabric earned its place on these bookshelves. So I published a video very recently about my fall sewing plans and kind of showing a lot of the fabrics that I plan to use this fall. But these are a few fabrics. And of course, again, by fabrics, I mean bed sheets. Anytime I say fabrics, you can assume I mean a bed sheet that I bought at the thrift store. But these are fabrics that don't necessarily scream fall. So I don't know if I'm going to be sewing them anytime very soon, but I did buy them very recently. These are all within like the last week or two. So first up, we have this fitted bed sheet, and I'll get nice and close so you can see the design. This is so cute. This is actually a Laura Ashley bed sheet. I think it's twin size. It's not super big, but it is 100% cotton. I love the little pink bows all over it. I do really love the coquette aesthetic, and this fits very nicely into that. I think that it is so sweet and so feminine, and I think it would make a super cute, probably like puff-sleeved blouse or something like that. Just something nice and simple. I like that, the pattern isn't too in your face. It's a nice light pink with a white. And so I think I have like a lot of pink bottoms and things like that. And so I think that something like that would look really cute all dressed up. So yeah, that's my little Laura Ashley bed sheet. Next we have this bed sheet. And again, I will get nice and close because this is a very small print. And also the colors can get lost very easily, I think. So this is a Ralph Lauren bed sheet. I talked in my fall sewing plans video about how I don't know what it is. I don't know if I have some superpower or witchy talent or what exactly is going on, but you could put me in the middle of the Australian outback and just hide one scrap of Ralph Lauren bedsheet randomly in the middle of the desert anywhere. I will find it. It is not intentional. I don't know how it happens, but it does. I guess Ralph Lauren and I have the same taste when it comes to fabrics. I did not even realize this was a Ralph Lauren bedsheet until the cashier was ringing it up and I saw the tag. But anyway, I really, really love this fabric. I love the colors in it. I love the mini houndstooth pattern. I love the little purple, pink, and green just shooting through this gorgeous plaid pattern. So this one I am kind of debating. There is a chance that I will make it this fall. The colors, granted, are not very fallish, but the pattern, the plaid, the houndstooth, all of that certainly is. So I might make it this fall. I might save it for winter, but I'm kind of thinking this would make such a smart little blazer and skirt set. Again, I know I talked about wanting to do that in my fall sewing plans, kind of share Horowitz inspired skirt sets. But I think this would be so stinking cute as a blazer and miniskirt outfit. And I live in Florida. It is not exactly the Arctic over here. I can get away with a blazer and miniskirt in the winter. So I don't know if I'll be using this soon, but I will definitely be using it probably to do that. But we'll see. Plans can change. And up next, we have this fabric, which I just bought yesterday. And this is another one I sort of agonized over. Can you see my face through this? It's kind of thin. But anyway, this is another one I heavily debated whether I should get it or not because this is most definitely not a fall or even a winter pattern. I saw this and I immediately envisioned making like a little tiered maxi skirt, probably like the same one I'm wearing right now, along with a puff sleeve crop top and like drinking margaritas in Mexico or hanging out by the pool, going to a little pool party. That was immediately what I envisioned with this fabric. And this obviously is not the season for that. Even in Florida, we try to pretend like at least we're in colder weather, even though I am literally rubbing aloe on the top of my feet because I always forget to put sunscreen there, despite the fact that I have lived in Florida my entire life and I should know that the top of my feet get burned if I don't slather them in sunscreen. But anyway, I really am trying to cut down on my fabric collection. I'm really not trying to buy fabrics that I can't see myself using in the near future. I think I said that correctly. There were a lot of negatives, but you know what I mean. I'm trying to only buy fabrics that I can see myself using in the near future. That's a better way to say that. But I just love these colors so much. I think that they are so beautiful. I think that they would go with so many things. See, even a skirt using this fabric with the shirt that I have on now would be so stinking cute. And so I did decide to go ahead and buy it, and maybe I'll actually try to use it really, really quickly, and then I just won't be able to get much wear out of the clothes for a while. So yeah, end of the day, I just think that this was so unique and such beautiful colors, such a nice design that I couldn't pass it up. But we'll see what happens to it. Up next, we have some home decor pieces. So I found this while I was out with my mom, and I'm pretty sure this is actually a candlestick holder. At the very least, that's what I've been using it as. You can see it has a hole right there. I just thought this was so unique, so fun. I love that it's kind of organic and earthy. I guess you could use it as like a vase too if you wanted to put flowers in it. When I first bought it, I wasn't sure which I would want to use it for. And honestly, I think that it is such a fun and interesting little statement piece. It has, I feel, almost like a mid century kind of feel to it, which I love. That is probably my favorite interior decorating style. I just thought that it was so cool. I love how it looks, and I wanted to show it to you. So, kind of sticking with the vases, I found this little ceramic orange juice bottle that also is a little vase. Here, I'll put the flowers in it so you can see. I actually found this at an antique store, and I am like 99% certain it is not an antique, but I don't care. I think it is so flipping cute. It says it's Jayor home decor. I don't know, but I think it is precious. Actually, and I'm just realizing this right now, it might be meant to use as like a pitcher, but I use it as a vase. I think that it is so super cute. I keep it in my kitchen. I did buy it for my sewing room. So we'll see. I'm definitely redecorating, or when I say redecorating, I really just mean decorating because we moved into this house and I just sort of dumped all of my sewing stuff here and I haven't really done much with it. But anyway, I did buy this for my sewing room, and we'll see. Once I actually start decorating in here, I may steal it and put it in here. But for now, I think that it's just such a fun piece. It's such an adorable little vase, and it does look super cute in our kitchen. So we'll see where it ends up. And next, I have this little blue seashell. I think that it is supposed to be like a toothbrush holder because it has these holes on the top, but I just use it as a little decorative piece again in our kitchen. I kind of like to be careful because we live in Florida. I absolutely love the beach and I love kind of coastal decor, but I never want to do so much that it feels, I don't know if costumey is the right word, if that can really apply to interior decorating. But you know what I mean? I don't want it like kind of cheesy, over the top beach house feel, you know? But I do like, having a few nods to little coastal living. So this, I think, is super nice. Again, this is another one that I am tempted to move to my sewing room someday when I have a place to put it. Yeah, I just think that it's super cute. And it's just a fun little decoration. And it also cost me like $1. So come on, like you have to get it at that point. Even someone with trouble shopping like me, that's worth it. Oh, I almost forgot this vase actually. Again, this I know isn't exactly the most exciting piece, but I still really love it. I like sort of the warm brown tones in it. I also like that it has sort of a fluted texture to it. Again, that feels kind of mid-century and fun to me. Yeah, I mean, it's just a vase. Again, not too much to really talk about with it, but I love how it looks, especially with a bunch of bright, beautiful flowers in it. I think that it's really lovely, and I'm glad that I have it. Oh, and apparently it cost me $5, but I think that I might have gotten it on a half day. So yeah, there's that. Up next, I have this little lamp, which again is sort of a blue ceramic, and it has this, I don't know how to describe that, but you can see it has sort of like these triangles that sort of add a nice little texture to it. And this is another thing that I think looks kind of subtly coastal without being over the top in any way. And I love light blue as an accent color. I think that it adds a lot of brightness to a space without being too attention drawing. It's still kind of a neutral, but it's also a little bit of a palette cleanser. Psychologically, blue is supposed to be very calming, and I personally feel that I like having little blue touches in a space. I think that it makes it feel just nice and relaxing and homey. Sorry if you can hear my rings clinking on the ceramic. Anyway, I'm gonna go put this down. And finally, for home decor, we have a few little pictures that I've picked up. So this obviously is a little lighthouse painting. So this says Paradise Island Light, but I actually bought this at the Goodwill while we were on our St. Simon's beach vacation, which, shameless plug, I did make a video of making my clothes for that vacation. But while we were there, obviously had to do a little bit of thrift shopping. So we stopped by the Goodwill that was there on the island, which actually was really cool. It used to be a bank. And so it's called like the Goodwill Vault or something like that. And you can tell like they still have like the little like drive up area. There's no ATMs there anymore, obviously, but it is a bank that they converted into a Goodwill. And so it's very, very fun. And they had some good things there. Actually, the lamp I got on St. Simon's as well. I need to clean it. Whoops. But yeah, I saw this lighthouse painting and I just love the colors in it so, so much. I love the little peachiness in the sky. I love the vibrant blues, the bright red of the lighthouse. I just thought that it was such a beautiful painting. And we have built-in shelves in the dining room, most of which are empty. So I'm kind of trying to fill those up a little bit. That may be a video someday, me trying to fill up our built-in shelves with little knickknacks and things like that. I just really love this painting. And again, as I've established, I love little coastal touches. So this was another thing that I thought was just really beautiful and I wanted to take it home with me. So I did, and I love it. I just got a little winded carrying this up the stairs, but up next is this massive, not a painting. I don't really know what to call this. Marbled acrylic? I have no idea. Let me know if you know the term for this, but this massive piece of artwork, which I bought at Salvation Army for $5, which I know because we still have some of the tag on it. It's fine. We just need to get like some Gooby Gone or something like that to scrape it off, and we just haven't done that yet. It actually reminded me, Target, I think, had kind of a pink version of this a while ago. because I remember looking at it a lot and really wanting it. I don't know. To me, it has still sort of like a mid-century or like 70s feel. I don't know. I could see this hanging up in the Brady Bunch house, with like the dark wood paneling and all of that. I should hold it like this, shouldn't I? That's a little easier. It's in really, really great condition. I think that it's such a beautiful statement piece. Again, there's sort of an oceanic feel to it without it being cheesily beachy or anything like that. I love the sort of sea green in it. I think that it's a really beautiful color, a really beautiful style, and I was very happy to snag it for such a bargain. So, yeah, another little piece we got here for dirt cheap that I love. Don't mind me hobbling out. And the final piece of artwork I have to show you has actually been in the frame the whole time. Well, been in its literal frame, but also in the, video frame. Can you spot it? It's right here. This guy. So I actually spotted this while I was at Goodwill looking for decorations for my cousin-in-law's baby shower. And I spotted this and I immediately texted my mom and I was like, I love her. Like, look at this little diva. That is not a princess. That is a queen. And I would die for her. The sass in her face, the pink. I love this so much. I want to be her when I grow up, honestly. I think that she is so stinking cute. And I absolutely love her. And then this I bought a while ago, which is why I wasn't really going to include it in the video. But while I have you here, this I actually bought at a garage sale at a retirement community like a couple of years ago. And again, I just love the pink tones. I love the colors. I love the little magnolias. I just thought that it was super sweet. So I bought it, and I think that these two look so nice together. So first up, I've got these Calvin Klein shoes, which I actually wore on our St. Simon's beach vacation. In fact, they still have some sand on them. I'm going to have to clean that up. I saw these and I love the little, like, I don't know what this is called, sort of like basket weave. I don't know, just like very organic texture in these flip flops. I saw them and I was like, these would be so perfect for a beach vacation. And they were. They're just a nice, stylish, sort of elevated flip flop option. They look really nice with dresses. They look cute with my little two-piece short set. Very versatile. They're flat, so, easy to wear. Super cute, super coastal. Really love them. Apparently coastal is like the word for today. I did not set out with that intention, but, I have my taste and I have my style, and that's what comes out. Right, I have another pair of shoes. These ones are a little bit damaged. I actually want to do a little bit of touch-up work on these, but aren't they so gorgeous? These had to have been someone's wedding shoe. Like, they are so stunning with the little heel and with all of the little pearl details. Like, these are just so stunning. I actually wore these with like my Jane Austen dress, and it's so perfect for something like that. There are a lot of cracks in this leather, and so I haven't worn them much because I'm trying to be careful with them. And so I am planning on getting a little bit of like leather repair and seeing what I can do to improve them and make sure that they stay preserved, because these are just so unique. They are so gorgeous, and I want to be able to get wear out of them. I don't want them to just be a little collectible in my closet. And so I'm going to take good care of them. I'm going to try to restore them as well as I can. But yeah, I think these are just so beautiful. In a similar vein, I have these gorgeous Nine West shoes, which again also had to have been bridal shoes. But these ones are nice. They're not as aged as the other ones or as well worn. And so I feel a little more comfortable wearing these ones around. And again, they're just such a gorgeous style with like the little ribbons you tie at the ankles. Just a very beautiful heel. I love that the bow adds a little bit of a unique touch. Super cute. Sort of neutral, but very nice shoe. Up next, we have some bandanas and scarves. So first up is this red polka dot scarf. I will say I have been very into the Italian summer aesthetic. And so like red polka dots, pretty much all of these scarves and bandanas that I bought, I'm like, I can just picture eating a gelato, wearing some super chic outfits with this in my hair. And so again, this is another one that I wore for our St. Simon's vacation with my little red short set. And I think that it's just super cute. I think polka dots are such a fun, playful touch to any outfit, but still kind of classy, And so, yeah, I've really enjoyed wearing this bandana. I also have this one, which, as you can see, has these beautiful like blues and vibrant reds in it. So I was intending to make a little like fitted red mini dress this summer, and I thought this would be so cute, dramatically flung. Oh, sorry, getting in the way of the microphone. But I thought this would be so cute, dramatically flung over. I kind of look like a babushka, but styled correctly, it would be such a fun Italian summer moment. And I haven't actually worn it yet, but I do love these colors. I think that this is such a stunning scarf. And so I will wear it one day for sure. It's more of a summery thing, so the moment might have passed, but it will get worn. Oh, this says Paris Gin Renoir. I don't know, but very pretty scarf. Again, this is only like a couple of dollars at Salvation Army. And finally, this yellow and orange bandana, which I think is so fun and summery. And if you watched my summer sewing projects video, you know that like everything I made this summer was in this color palette. I love the squares and the circles and obviously the colors. And I think this is just a great way to add a little bit of interest to a piece. Okay, let's talk purses. I only have a couple of them, but I think they're both winners. First up, I have this like crocheted orange and pink bag, which I found coincidentally at the thrift store like right before our Miami vacation. And I was like, this is going to be perfect. And it was. It's such a cute like little beach bag. It's just such a stunning statement piece. Again, it goes with all of the pink and yellow outfits that I own. I love it with like some orange necklaces or something to really emphasize the beautiful colors in this. It's just such a fun boho crochet bag. It's kind of like a baskety, like straw-like texture. And then, it has a clasp and fabric in the middle to make sure that nothing actually gets through it. I would love to learn how to crochet a bag like this. That is a goal for me. And so I can knit, I cannot crochet. I have tried to learn so many times, but I would like to someday. And I would like to be able to make my own little sort of granny square bag like this someday. If you have any suggestions for learning to start, please let me know because I need help. And next I have this beautiful like Kelly green bag. I will say I never really thought about it before, but I have kind of been leaning into green as an accent color this summer. I'm not sure if that'll continue into fall or not. When I typically think of like adding a pop of color to an outfit, I usually think like red or light blue or maybe like a pink or something. But I think that a Kelly green like this actually looks so classy with just a very neutral outfit to add a little bit more color and make it a little more interesting. And it's something that I hadn't really thought about before, but it's something that I have really been loving lately. And so you can see the leather is a little bit cracked. It's not the most fantastic quality anymore, but I think that it is actually a vintage bag. It says Marquet Sags, made in USA. I am not familiar with that brand, but made in USA does sound kind of vintage. But you can see it has this beautiful gold trim all around it. You just open it up like that. And it's, pretty small. You can't fit too much in it. But I do think that it is so cute. I don't know. It seems vintage to me at least. Kind of looks good even with this outfit. Anyway, this was another thrift store find for like $7 or $8. And I've gotten a good bit of wear out of it. And I absolutely love it. And finally, I have been saving my favorite category for last, jewelry. Oh my gosh. I think you can just find the coolest jewelry at the thrift store. So first off, I have this kind of charm bracelet. It's sort of this chunky chain with diamonds, and it has like these hearts and pearls all around it. I think that this is such a cool piece. I'm actually not really a bracelet person. I love necklaces. I love earrings. I have kind of like the same rings that I go to and that I wear, but I'm trying to actually be better about wearing a bracelet because I think that it can really pull an outfit together. And I'm just not a bracelet girl. I don't know what it is, but this one, I think so cute. This is like such like a cool girl piece, I love how chunky it is. It's still like very feminine and kind of coquette with all of the hearts and the diamonds and the little pearl and everything like that. So you will see me wearing this. Maybe not in a video because it is kind of noisy. Everything kind of clinks and that may be distracting. But I do love it and I'm going to get some good wear out of it. I can feel it. this is going to be my turning point when it comes to bracelets. And next I have these fun green and blue dangled earrings with these little diamonds on top. I actually wore this with like a leopard print dress that I made and a little green scarf, and it looks so stunning. The blue sort of blends in with the green and gives it sort of this vibrant sea green feel. I love like pairing sort of a color like this, even with like a red with what I'm wearing, you know? I feel like it's such a nice accent. It really stands out, but it also really complements a lot of other colors, I feel. And then I also got like these beautiful pearl earrings. They have sort of a 90s feel to me. I can picture wearing these with like, I've talked about how obsessed I am with long vests. I feel like these with like a long black or dark brown vest and miniskirt outfit would look so chic, kind of 90s inspired, but kind of like New York cool girl kind of feel, which I am not a New York cool girl, but I still think that these are very elegant, classic, classy earrings, and that I'm going to be able to get some good wear out of them. Up next, I have these cute little seashell starfish earrings, which were so fun for beach vacation. And again, I live at the beach, so technically appropriate all year round. I love a turquoise. I think that it's such a nice little pop. I've already talked about how much I love a little light blue color. And yeah, these I think are so super cute. I don't think that they're too cheesy. I think they're just like a fun accent to a beach outfit. And finally, you guys, I have saved my favorite item for last. Gonna get up close so you can see. Look, they are little martini glass earrings. Oh my gosh, how cute are these? I love how they're dangling by like the little olives. I love the diamonds. I love how big they are. If someone is throwing an event that is cocktail attire, please invite me just so I can wear these. I haven't had a chance to yet because they're kind of specific. We almost went to Las Vegas last month, and if we had, that would have been the perfect place to debut these, but we didn't. And so I'm still waiting for the right opportunity to wear them, but they're so stinking cute. Oh my gosh. I feel like these are just so playful, you know? I feel like you could wear this with like a really fancy like black cocktail dress, and it's just like a fun little wink, you know? It's just a little adorable touch to sort of make an elegant outfit a little more fun. By the way, do the diamonds mean that this martini is on the rocks? This is so stinking cute. This is like one of my favorite thrift finds ever. And it's certainly not something I'll be using on like a daily basis, but you can trust that whenever I do get to wear these, I am going to be over the freaking moon. I'm so excited. They're so cute. Anyway, so yeah, those are all of my favorite thrift finds from over the past couple of months. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, it really helps me out if you give it a thumbs up. And like I said, I'm not necessarily going to be a big thrift haul person, but if you would be interested in seeing a video like this, maybe every couple of months, or my mom and I love to go antique shopping and we make a full day of it. So if you would be interested in coming along for that, or now that the weather's cooling down, our city does a lot of outdoor markets with like local artists and small businesses and things like that that I love going to. If any of that sounds interesting to you, please let me know. I had a lot of fun getting to show you all of my dorky little thrift finds. I hope that you also had a good time. If you want more videos like this, please subscribe. I would love to have you around. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.